Here's how you can block a shot on a step back. As your opponent receives the ball, pay attention to their next move. As Wilson 22 does her step back, watch her eyes. Her eyes are down, which means she can't see the defender's movement. 20 on defense, Stewart watches Wilson pick up the ball here, which allows her to fully commit to the block shot. Typically, defenders like to get a hand on the ball, but Stewart instead puts her hand at the end of the shot trajectory. And as the shot goes up, the block goes down. Can you turn the wrong way in a pick and roll and still score? Here's a perfect example of doing what's called a hit and dive. After the screen, 55 turns from left to right, which allows him to dive quicker to the rim. 10 passes in the ball and he goes for the dunk. Here's how to become a more confident passer. Before you receive the ball, know your options and how the defense is shifting towards you. As the entry pass is made in this possession, 2 defenders jump the ball, which means someone's open. And knowing where the extra pass has to go will make the possession look seamless. This is how you can outsmart an aggressive defender. Utilize screens and seal out your defender. Here, a jab and spin is utilized. When your defender is behind you, use an offhand reject. You could also use a reverse bump to throw off your defender's momentum. Having unorthodox finish moves will help you in a pinch. Follow for more insider basketball tips. This is how you can pull off this genius play while making your opponents look like noobs. As you shift to the middle, use a hesitation probe. If you catch an off-ball defender lagging on defense, attack that defender. Since that defender is trying to recover to their own man, they'll throw your defender off guard, creating a barrier screen. Watch as this play unfolds from a different angle. Watch as number 4 screens number 11. Now let's go back to the original angle and buckets. Follow for more basketball tips. This is how you can use a ball fake when attacking the paint like a pro. Start with a counter jab. Notice how number 5 on defense bites to the outside. So number 7 uses this to her advantage and begins the descent to the paint. Number 5 is slightly behind, which gives number 7 a great opportunity to use a ball fake here. Number 7 initiates the ball fake on an angle, and as the ball goes up, the knees pivot in. Number 5 slides through the ball fake. Then number 7 continues with a step through. And as number 5 clears through, you can see the final movement. So here comes the step through with the right foot, and then the finish at the rim. Buckets. This is how to pickpocket your opponents with ease. Keep your offhand slightly at bay. Let your defender bring the ball down. Let the inside hand creep in. Time to swipe, and then get that bucket with ease. Here's a masterful pro-level inbound play. It starts with number 9 setting out a clear-out screen. The inbounder goes to the other corner. Then number 1 gets the ball in the corner and returns back up for a wing screen. Then the screener gets screened for a backdoor cut. Number 1 then sells the drive to the left, but really it's a decoy for the alley for number 7. This is how you can break your defender's ankles on a full court man press. Angle yourself to the opposing elbow and start slow. Then with a quick hop, take a quick step. If the defender overcommits, then use a behind the back. Explode into 2 dribbles and then another behind the back. By taking this approach, it catches your defenders off guard. In the defender's mind, they're trying to stay in front of you. And when the brain moves faster than the feet on recovery, that's when the ankle breakers happen. In this particular possession, the defender's drop back step is short, causing a loss of balance, which then leads to the ankle breaker. And Williams with the ball uses this opportunity to take a savage photo op. What should you do when a secondary defender is in your way? In this possession, the ball handler performs a between-the-leg spin move. He's a step ahead, so he cuts the lane of his defender. Now if the secondary defender shifts in, you can either pass the ball to the corner or pass the ball to the lane. Bucket. Here's a genius game-winning play. It starts with a down screen on the right elbow. The down screen is going to then turn into a block screen. The player in the corner is shifting to the other corner, which is going to be a decoy. Here's the real sell. Player on the key is going to use a wing screen, sell it like he's driving, but then he's going to turn into an up screen. That player on the wing screen is going to use that back screen for a dunk. What a genius play. Here's how you can create an opening for a step back shot. Start with a cross check. This will help space the defender. Then use a jab shift against your defender's lead foot. And if your defender's hands are down, your shot is up. Buckets. Here's a genius game-winning play. It starts with a down screen on the right elbow. The down screen is going to then turn into a block screen. The player in the corner is shifting to the other corner, which is going to be a decoy. Here's the real sell. Player on the key is going to use a wing screen, sell it like he's driving, but then he's going to turn into an up screen. That player on the wing screen is going to use that back screen for a dunk. What a genius play. Here's a sneaky way to get a foul and a basket. Let's break down this possession. First, shooter catches his defender off guard and has an advantage on the layup. Watch as he goes up, he extends the offhand towards his defender. This protects the ball and has the potential of getting a foul call from the refs. Try this out next game. This is how you can attack the basket through contact. In this possession, as number 9 approaches the secondary defender, he positions himself to attack the defender's shoulders and then dip into the defender. Make sure you stay low until the finish and then get those buckets. This is how you can attack the basket like a pro. As you bring the ball up, keep your eyes up. Shift in small zigzags. This will allow you to identify the path line attack. In this possession, Nikola sells the shift to 13, his teammate, causing 10 to bite to the right, which allows Nikola to shift in front of his teammate for the dunk. This is how you can score against an aggressive defender. Start by putting yourself between the ball and the defender. Bump the defender on the inside shoulder. Get the timing right, then spin away. With the offhand, push away. Next, attack the basket. And as always, finish strong. Buckets.
Alonso, shot clock winding down. It's at 5. Goes one-on-one. Backdoor Bazelis. He's blocked by Saar. Blocked again by Saar.
Here's a sneaky move you can use to get an open shot off a screen. When your teammate's setting a screen for you, wait until the screen is set. Then use the foot that's closest to the screen to sell a hard jab. If your defender tries to go under the screen, then shoot the bucket. Here's an ingenious way to create a layup on the drive. The Lithuanian guard is recovering on the ball handler's drive. Bogdan assesses the situation as he drives in. Realizing there is no space, he creates space by going into his defender and then towards the lane. His teammate sees this and boxes out his own defender. The box out opens up Bogdan for an easy layup. Follow for more insider basketball tips. Here's how you don't fumble the ball on a spin move again. We're going to break down these two clips in detail. In the first clip, number 5 is driving to the baseline and tries to do a spin move. Mikel doesn't allow his defender to leverage his body on the spin, and there's the turnover. In the second clip, Panchero uses his body on the spin, keeping his outside foot within frame. And once the defender bites, he goes for the dunk. Here's an ingenious two-man play to make your defenders look like noobs. Come to a complete stop under the rim. The big man's going to shift down and set a box out. In the meantime, the guard's going to circle the big and go for the lay. This is how to geniusly craft a mismatch off a screen. When you know a teammate's going to set a screen, cross the plane of the screen towards the ball. This will get your defender to be on the ball side of the screen. Then utilize the screen and attack the weak side of the screen. Typically in this situation, you'll have a mismatch with the big, so utilize a couple of dribble moves and then get that bucket. Follow for more insider basketball tips. Increase your ability to steal the ball. When the opponent gives up the dribble, watch their body language. By doing so, you'll pick up on some cues. Extend your arms out and just get ready for what happens next. Follow for more insider basketball tips. Must have intangible move when stopped at the basket. When stopped at the basket, being able to pivot out away from your defender will give you such a nice little hack. It can be the difference maker between a turnover and a bucket. Follow for more insider basketball tips. This is how you can shoot quickly in big moments. Notice during this possession, the player catches the ball high, and he never drops the ball below his shoulders. He catches high and shoots high. And this will allow you to shoot the ball really quickly and get those buckets. This is how you can increase your single leg jump with this one tip. During the penultimate step, make sure you have a downswing with the ball. And with the final step, sink the upswing with the ball. This will help transition the forward movement into the vertical jump. The sink is highly important. Now go out there and practice this movement. Follow for more insider basketball tips. Here's a pro tip to exploit your defenders. As the ball movement swings from wing to wing towards you on a swing pass, jump towards the ball before the pass reaches you. This will throw your defenders on a tailspin, and if you time it right, you'll get a bucket and maybe a poster. Here's a tip to break through a trap even after giving up the dribble. In this possession, Ben Perro picks up the ball and he's trying to jab away from the two defenders. He uses this ingenious move with his elbow, pushing number 3 back, leveraging his body to move forward, which allows him to take an uncontested shot. This also works for passes. Now watch as it unfolds. Buckets. Must have in bag to become an elite scorer. In this possession, Jason Tatum is calmly approaching his defender. 8 feet from the three-point line, he initiates a speed change on his dribble moves, then shifts away for a controlled shot. Buckets. Here's a Kyrie teammate manipulation move to get you a bucket. Powell pops up to set a flat screen. Kyrie drops his defender into the left side of the screen, then does a spin cycle move off the screen to close off his defender. This creates an opening for an attack, and as the defender shifts towards the ball, he shifts away, getting him a bucket. What a finish. Witness pure basketball brilliance from 22 as he artfully utilizes probe moves to outmaneuver his defenders. Starting with the first screen, he uses his first probe to try to redirect to the middle of the lane. His defender, number 3, recovers nicely and tries to cut off his drive. 22 stays 2 steps ahead, pulling back and recalibrating his attack. Employing a cunning ball fake, he leaves his defender slightly off balance, opening the perfect opportunity for a second rescreen. The result? A seamless transition that creates a defensive switch. 22 executes a brilliant change of direction move, catching the new defender 15 off guard, and paving the way for his third probe attack on the go. With the lane wide open, he fearlessly drives to the bucket for a smooth finish.